If you grew up in the 1970s or 1980s, chances are you remember spotting Fotomat kiosks in parking lots across America. Seeing these little yellow roofed huts were a normal part of everyday life back then. So let's meander back down memory lane and revisit the era when Fotomat was a household name. All right, so let's start with what was a photomat. Photomat was a chain of photo development booths that began in San Diego, California in 1965. These small, standalone structures were typically located in the parking lots of shopping centers, making them easy to spot and even easier to access. And what set Photomat apart was its drive through convenience. Customers could drop off their rolls of film without leaving their cars. And a couple days later, they could pick up their developed photos also without leaving their cars. Back in the days of film photography, there was a certain thrill and a little bit of anxiety when it came to getting your pictures developed. You never knew exactly how they'd turn out until you picked them up from places like Photomat. Film came in different formats, but 35mm film was the most common for everyday use, especially for people using simple snapshot cameras, and standard film rolls typically came in options of 12, 24, or 36 exposures. In an age before digital cameras and smartphones, taking a picture was an entirely different experience. You were limited in the number of snaps you could use to get the right shot. And you didn't know if your photos were blurry or overexposed or perfectly framed until the film was developed. Would that family vacation shot have everyone smiling, or would someone have their eyes closed? Was your carefully posed picture in focus, or did your finger accidentally cover the lens? The anticipation made photo pickup day exciting, and flipping through that fresh stack of glossy prints was a moment filled with surprises. Sometimes good surprises, sometimes not so much, but it was always memorable. And while Photomat was primarily known for its drive-through photo development kiosks, it did briefly venture into video rental in December of 1979. Partnering with Paramount Pictures, Photomat offered a service called Photomat Drive-Through Movies, allowing customers to rent video cassettes by ordering from a catalog and picking them up the next day at their local kiosk. The rental cost was $12 per title, and the customer could keep the video cassette for 5 days. And $12 for 5 days may sound reasonable, but in today's money, that would be the equivalent of around $48, which was pretty steep for a family on a budget. This service was among the earliest instances of video rental. But by 1982, as local video stores began offering more immediate and cost-effective rental options, Photomat discontinued its video rental service. And as much as people love the novelty and convenience of Photomat, its reign was short-lived. By the late 80s, the photo development landscape began to shift. Big box stores like Walmart and Target introduced in-store photo labs that offered lower prices and quicker turnaround times. Additionally, one-hour photo labs started popping up, providing almost instant results. And the final nail in the coffin came with the advent of digital photography in the late 1990s. With digital cameras, people no longer needed film, let alone a dedicated kiosk to develop it. Photomat kiosks disappeared, leaving behind only memories and sometimes a repurposed booth in a random parking lot. So that's it for today. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you like this sort of content, please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.
Introducing the Fotomat Picture Pickup Promise. Now you know exactly when your pictures are ready because it's in writing. You've written it?
Oh, yes, it's written in writing right there on the receipt.
Oh, no. You don't have to do that. I mean, you get in trouble for that.
No problem.
Is this you talking or is this Fotomat talking?
It's a Fotomat policy.
We'll tell you just how long it takes Fotomat to make your film into the best pictures possible and have